Okay, so I was about to open this, but I realized that I wanted to do an unboxing. So it is a couple days after Christmas, about to be the new year. And one of the gifts I asked for my husband, I'm one of those people who's probably hard to shop for because I see something and be like, I'll just buy it for myself. Luckily, when I thought about this and I saw this, I was like, okay, this would be a great gift to get from him. And I'm super excited about it because I sew. And as you guys know, I love to sew, but I wanted my 2026 sewing to be intentional. That is my word across the board. My personal life and for sewing, for business, for work, for everything. My spiritual life is intentionality, right? So I want to be intentional about everything I do across the board. And one of the things that I want to be intentional about is to learn to quilt. So I've talked about this here before that in May of this year, we lost my mother-in-law. And my mother-in-law also taught me how to sew. So when my bestie was like, hey, Leslie was like, no problem. You guys come to the house. She had a sewing session for us. She taught us how to actually like hook up our sewing machine, how to thread our sewing machine, what threads and needles to be used with her. She did a whole class on it. She actually had us cut out a pattern. And with that pattern, we made our first shirt. So it was really fun. It's a great memory that I have with my mother-in-law and my bestie. Well, in her later years, she really didn't sew a lot of clothes anymore, but she was into like home goods, pot holders, pillowcases, all those kind of things. And she was into one of the things that I loved about my mother-in-law and her mother is that they would give people quilts that they have created. And even now, my husband has a quilt from his grandmother that he will not let me sleep under. He only sleeps under it when he needs comforting or he's sick. His mom made him a quilt of all his shirts, like his t-shirts from like his fraternity and just different places he traveled and just different things. And it's a t-shirt quilt. And then she made me this African quilt. And I just love it. One of the things that my siblings and the kids in our house is that they would get a quote from my mother-in-law when they gave birth. Now, I didn't start this years ago, so there are some nieces and nephews who do not have a homemade quilt, but there's a lot of the younger ones they do. So I wanted to rectify that, and I wanted to do something that I needed a way to learn how to quilt. There's not a lot of people that I know who quilts. There is a quilting group that I could go to, but I also work on Wednesdays. So I don't have a lot of time to actually go sit somewhere and let someone teach me. I can, send them a picture and say, hey, can you help? But going somewhere and letting someone teach me right now is just not in the cards. So this Love Sew, okay, this is the package I got. And it just came. I sent it over to my hubby and was like, this is what I want. So this is the beginning quilt, okay? And what I asked for, I'm actually opening this with you guys. So what they sent out, and I guess I'm going to find out together. There's a package. Let's see. All right. So it gives you the instructions on how to make the quilt. And this is the quilt that I want to make. And how it works is it's a monthly subscription. So for 7 months, I will get this fabric and they will take me through how to, there we go. So that's the block I'm going to complete. This is the actual quilt. So it's going to take me to be able to make this quilt. And this is not something I know how to do on my own. I've never made a quilt in my life, but I wanted to start. And this is kind of cool. So month 1, they give you the first block. So they tell you what you need to cut and what fabric you need to cut it from. So this should be interesting. This is what I'm going to work on. They teach you how to do It's called a flying geese. And have never, like I said, I don't know any terms when it comes to quilting, but there's a flying geese, which is one step, and then the small flying geese, which is the next step, and then I'm supposed to assemble them. So it's going to be an interesting ride. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to read this before I start cutting, and it just gives me something to look forward to every single month. Hopefully, by the end of 7 months, get this quote. I think it's a cool idea. Is it going to be executed? I don't know. What comes with is the fabric for it. So I don't know if this is a kit. Okay, so let me go to the fabric for the actual month, and then I'll get to the beat kit. So they send you the fabric that you need. So I don't know if it's already, oh, some pieces are already cut. All right, so they give you this, and I'm guessing this is the white part of it. This is from True Fabrics, and then this is some of the pieces that I need to cut. So it's already somewhat cut for me. I need to go and put it into these shapes it's asked me to do. So we'll see if I can actually execute this correctly. But I do like that this is the only pieces that I need to work with. Now, what I did do, because I know myself, and it is always an idea to have extra, right? If I can put this back in there. All right. I asked my husband if he would go ahead and get me the Oops kit. So the Oops allows you to get the fabrics that you're going to be using throughout the quilt. And if I mess them up, I have extra here. So this is really what drew me, right? I love this. This is so pretty. But it comes with all of the fabric that I'm going to use, all of the different fabrics in this blue and yellow color scheme. So I have those in case I make a mistake, because like I said, I've never quilted before. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what a lot of the terms mean, so I'm going to have to start learning that. And then the other thing I got was my backing. I thought this was really cute. Now, am I going to keep this once I make it? Probably not. But this is my backing. And yeah, so I'm going to take the time. I'm going to make it. I'm going to see what I can get done and what I can do. Hopefully in the next 7 months, I will have a finished quilt, and we'll kind of go here. So I wanted to do this unboxing with you guys. Like I said, I got it from Love Sew, and I'll put the information in the description below. But I'm excited to get started. Thank you for listening to my rambling as I unbox my first month from Love Sew to be able to make this quilt. All right, guys, have a great day. I hope you have a wonderful new year. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.